Hey everyone, it's Marcus. Before we get started, I just want to show off this amazing piece of artwork by Alberto. It is done in the Romantic style of kind of the ancient Roman depictions of mythical beasts such as chimeras, wolves, monsters, and it is an artwork, like an engraving in stone almost, relating to the killing of a dog during the rampage of the were-lizard Tekwil, thus Lax Kasith. I'm very impressed by the range of art styles with which Alberto is capable of, and I think this picture itself is just really awesome. It reminds me like what it's supposed to of a classical art piece that you'd see on an urn or something that is unearthed from ancient Greece or Rome. So thank you very much, Alberto. And now, back to the episode. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Enthador. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dwarf Fortress version 0.43, and we are the Fortress of Lostknowledge. And the time has come, ladies and gentlemen. Our entire water system has been completely smoothed out, all of the pieces have been put into place, and we're now ready to proceed. However, due to the immense water pressure generated by the ocean, this is quite probably a suicide mission. Not sure entirely what to do about that, but we are going to hope for the best. Actually, there's one thing that I forgot to do. Let's remove this construction here. I forgot to put a grate on top of there to stop potential beasts from entering our fortress. Meanwhile, what else is going on? We're continuing to mine things out. We had human traders who came in and we got a lot of food and whatnot from them. But even with them, we're having to send a lot of people up to the surface to gather plants. Now, good thing there aren't undead running around is all I have to say, because we would be finished if that were the case, because we've had to be outside for so long and spend so much time doing that. Oh, you know what? We might have our statue of... Nope. Juris Vadhog statue is not done yet. Why? Guess our mason is busy. We can start brewing some alcohol from both plants and fruits. Everyone seems to be doing okay, though. Everybody seems to be happy. Okay, someone's here doing that. The reason I'm building a grate is because theoretically grates cannot be destroyed from underneath unless the monster can get another way to path to it. I thought it was only hatches, but apparently it's grates too. So I'm going to build that. Actually, let's oh no, if we get rid of that ramp, no one will be able to get out of there. So I guess we're just gonna have to leave the ramp there. Build a floor grate here. Diorite, why not? Are you kidding me? Migrants? Why do people think that this is a good place to come to? I just don't understand. They're idiots. All of them. And I'll check as soon as they've all gone inside, but I'm pretty sure they're all probably named. Alright, looks like they're all in. Let's give it a look. Let's go by migration wave. Yep, we have Chief Duranka, Exasto, Igrimish Redbeard, Rowan, Skeletorzar, Torvgan Stonefang, and Tristan Anvilhammer. So it seems like all of this entire Dwarven society that we are part of is named already. So I feel so terrible for all the people on the list. Right now we could have named another, like, 40 people. But they keep coming. All immigrants. Like, not one immigrant is from somewhere else. That is so weird to me. And they all have skills. Like, Chief Duranka is an excellent carpenter. So we should have him do all carpentry now instead of Henzi. That just makes sense. So let's clear all his labors except for carpentry. And call him Carpenter. I can't spell to save my life. It's just hard when you're not looking at the keyboard. Okay. But we're also going to have him do levers. Alright, anyone else with special skills? We have Skeletorzar is a great farmer. Otherwise, not really. We do have a decent armor and weaponsmith, but I think our armor weaponsmith that we brought with us is better at both. Yep. So that's not necessary. So all of you guys, except for the chief, are going to be unassigned for right now. But I will turn on the farm. Gosh darn it. Cancel that, please. I will turn on the farming for Skeletorzar. Alright. And let's see, any military skills? Yes. Okay, so we have Torvgan is a legendary hammer dwarf. Ingramish is a legendary hammer dwarf. And Bolzome is a named legendary hammer dwarf. So we're getting a lot of hammer dwarfs. Squiddo is an expert hammer dwarf. Although I think I'm using him for something else right now. Yeah, he's our best stonecrafter, so that's too bad. But we also have a legendary swords dwarf. Not that useful in this fortress, but actually since there aren't any undead, I guess that's fine. And we have a couple marks dwarves. No legends, but some with the skill. And then we have various legendary abilities in shield and whatnot. So we should definitely focus on getting weapons for these fellows, which requires metal that we do not have. But okay, those are our immigrants. I don't know, again, I don't know why anybody would want to live here. But I guess the Oaken Flags are adventurous. I guess we did pretty well selling this place to people, saying, hey, check it out. Lostknowledge, huh? Huh? Alright, let's build the wall, and then we're ready to go. Now, I am not going to pick the dwarf who is going to risk their life. I'm going to let the dwarves decide amongst themselves. I'm just going to designate it, and the first dwarf that comes is the one who's potentially going to die. But I will say it will be one of either... Let's go to profession. Arcturus, Davian, or Akkus. And Arcturus and Davian, as much as I love all dwarves equally, would be easier to stomach losing because Akkus is an almost legendary miner. And I did turn off our broker and bookkeeper from mining. Oh, and Marcus Antonius. He could potentially risk his life as well. Although he's our doctor. I'm not gonna let Marcus Antonius go. He's got our doctor skills. That's a bad thing to lose. Alright. It all seems to be good to go. So we've got this floodgate open. That's fine. Everything's set. We've got the pump all set. Let's get this door. This door's locked and forbidden. This door's fine. Okay. Alright, this floodgate is closed. Well, it's not going anywhere, but it's closed. Alright. Well, this is where we separate the men dwarf from the boy dwarf, huh? So, designate mine. Let's go to highest priority. And just to be super safe, we're going to do a diagonal. I don't know if that'll make a difference, though. We're at the bottom of the ocean, so the water pressure is probably out of control. Oh, don't want to do that, though. Holy moly, I just, for some reason, mined out the entire area. Alright, let's try that one more time. Alright. This is really spooky. Alright, here comes someone. Who is it? Who is the brave dwarf that's going to risk it all? Arcturus. Okay, Arcturus, we're going to lock this door. Okay, we're going to lock this door. But we'll open it again if the water pressure isn't overwhelming. Alright, folks, here we go. Here we go. This is the moment. This is the moment. Okay, good. So apparently doing it diagonally cut all the water pressure. So let's let him out of here. Well, I don't need to be pet passable, but... Come on, Arcturus. What are you doing, buddy? The door's open. Run for it. Oh, wait. I probably should open this door, too. Go. Okay, perfect. And... locked. Okay, perfect. So doing it at a diagonal saved us. Now the question is it going to have enough pressure to go all the way up here? That's the next step, and we're going to find out. It's filling up. It doesn't appear to be. Maybe when this turns into 7s? It doesn't appear to be. Okay, so the pressure has been completely normalized such that it's not going where it needs to go. All right. That's okay. That's okay. We can fix that. Let's, N, right? Remove constructions. Get rid of that. And what we'll do is we'll just channel this out. First, we'll remove the grate. Because if we channel it out, it'll just fall and get destroyed anyway. So we'll remove the grate, we'll channel this out, and then we'll channel this out. Actually, before we do anything crazy, we should close the floodgate. Just to be extra special, sure. Let's pull the lever. I mean, it is the saving grace of this game with regards to water that you can destroy all water pressure by doing a diagonal. Because if that were not the case, I don't know how water would ever function in this game unless you'd always have to get the water from above it somehow. So in this case, we'd have to go all the way to the surface, and then you just have to have the floodgates timed perfectly so you only let a little bit of water in at a time. Why is this taking so long? 20 idlers. Can someone please? Someone please? Oh, you know what? I said it as mark. That's why. Standard. Whoops. Getting a little antsy here because this is such a big deal. But this is, if you'll notice, salt water. Come on. Whenever you're ready, buddy. All right. So now let's get this grate gone so that we can perhaps take it back to our stockpile. Okay, perfect. Now we gotta have someone grab it. Okay, now let's channel this out. Actually, what am I doing? Let's make it highest priority. Yeah, if Toadie ever fixes it so the diagonal thing doesn't work, basically I'm just never going to use water again. Okay. Or magma, for that matter, when you really think about it. Although magma doesn't have that much pressure. I mean, he can get rid of it, but he has to put another tool in place. Like maybe Dwarven dynamite or something that you can put. And so when you get your floodgate closed, then you blow up the dynamite and the water comes rushing in, you know? Just something clever like that. Alright, let's build this wall. Alright. It's going down here. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's open up the floodgate one more time. Of course, now that I think about it, since we removed the grate, there's nothing stopping a monster from coming into our fortress and killing everyone. And there's a... Damn it! Where did that come from? I thought I had this place entirely cleaned out. Oh well. Alright, next step. Next step. Start pump manually. And now this door is passable. Let's not make it pet passable. And this one's forbidden. Perfect. All right, here we go.
Autumn is at hand.
The good news is, if a monster does come, we could fight him without the risk of flooding the whole fortress because of the pressure issue. And it is now autumn. Okay, whenever you're ready. Oh, maybe you know what? I might not have anybody set as a pump operator. Yep. All right. Man, just a comedy of errors today. Okay, here we go. Excellent. And this is fresh water. The salt is somehow being removed. It's too bad we can't, like, farm the salt and trade it. Organic sea salt, guys. All right, perfect. So now while that's happening, let's go and open up this floodgate. Perfect. So we can let the water into our cistern. Yep, it's open. Perfect. And dang it! I could have sworn I got all these rocks. Where did that come from? Oh well, there's going to be one boulder in our cistern. Nothing I can do about that now. Well, I could fix it. Stop pumping. Release the floodgate. Wow, that was fast. Okay. And, let's dig in here. I wasn't really planning on engraving the cistern anyway, so we're fine. Highest priority, please. Set this to be dumped. And this too, actually. All right, great. Build wall. Oh, but shale, it's gonna be darker. Thought I had diorite blocks. I do. Excellent. Things are working out. Things are working out for Lostknowledge. The digging's going pretty well. In fact, it's going really well. I gotta assign some more things for them to dig. All right, it's been sealed. I'll never fix that one, but that's life, I guess. Just gotta get used to disappointment. And yeah, I gotta start having them do the bedrooms. And let's start pumping. This delicious fresh water. And it's going. Cistern is filling up. We're going to keep pumping until it's all sevens. Oh, and people are already using our wells. Oh, we still have a empty space that needs a well. Excellent. Okay, it's slowly filling up. Bottom floor is full. I wonder what happens if you keep pumping, even when there's no more. Like, will it... Whoa. The Dwarven caravan is here. I'm wondering if the pump will be strong enough, or will create enough pressure to move it up an extra level. I don't know if it can or not. What a great time for the dwarves to come. I love how fast the game moves in the early part. Alright. You know, just to be safe, we'll stop pumping when it's about 6. Let's discuss your situation. Alright. The world is the same as ever. What do you want? Really? Now's really the time? Alright, well, let's get some leather. I guess we can use some cloth. We're okay with wood for right now. Metal bars. We're almost ready to do our own metal, but we have to use our wood for that. Might be better just to get some of our own. Oops. Alright, give us some silver for hammers. Wait, but where do we get armor from? Well, I guess we could kill goblins, but we would need Mark's dwarves for that, because otherwise our dwarves would get killed. Alright, definitely lots of seeds. I guess ammo wouldn't hurt. We can get some dogs. Every drink we can get. Alright, let's go with yak meat. Wombat meat. Wolf meat. Cougar meat. I don't know why, I just like the meat better than the brains and intestines and spleens and all that stuff. Wild boar, rat, red panda, badger, turkey. One thing this game does is it makes me wonder how everything tastes. Like, I wonder what badger meat actually tastes like if it's any good or not. Okay, plants. Let's get, yeah, plum helmets, why not? And all the garden vegetables. And I think that's really all I need right now. I guess if we can get some, we might as well get some charcoal and coke. Okay, fine. Okay, cool, we got it. Yep, we rise, fall together. Four, 5. Six. Let's stop bumping. Alright, and for right now, we'll forbid the door. And that's that, folks! Our cistern is full of delicious, fresh, drinkable water that we got from the bottom of the ocean without losing anyone. Now that is some amazing Dwarven ingenuity, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and close this floodgate. Is there enough water in here to we should let it fill. Just because I don't want trees or anything growing there. And the only way I was able to do this is by exploiting a sort of bug. Because had there been real water pressure, everyone would have died. It would have been a disaster. Alright, and All right. Perfect. And there we have it. Already there's something on the floor here. What is this? A pool of repulsive goo. Well, good. At least they're able to clean themselves. We have so many idlers. Just out of control. We need to get them busy doing something. I still haven't done anything with regards to the... Oh, right. The dwarves are here. I still haven't done anything with regards to the library, the dining hall, or I haven't even designed the military portion yet, although I should probably do that. I'll do that between episodes so you don't have to see it. There's a bunny there. I don't know if we need a bunny. Are we able to trade yet? Well, let's move goods to there anyway. I have 2 dwarves doing crafts full-time. Oh, look at that! A shale figurine of Krug Smash. Oh, we have to read that. This is an exceptional shale figurine of Krug Smash Tomb Cudgel. The item is an exceptionally designed image of Krug Smash Tomb Cudgel, the dwarf and dwarves in shale, by Squiddo, Arithmatul. Krug Smash Tomb Cudgel is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Krug Smash to the position of Baroness of the Oaken Flags in the late autumn of 165. Awesome. What else do we have here? Any other named dwarves? Like, what about... Oh, Red Fairface. Let's see what they say about him. This is an exceptional shale figurine of Red Fairface, Mine Hail. It's in shale by Squiddo. Red Fairface is striking a menacing pose. The artwork relates to the return of the ghostly dwarf Red Fairface. So it's not anything of the great things he did during life. No, no, no. It's about his ghost haunting Lostknowledge. Which actually kind of fits the aesthetic of the place. That's why I haven't gotten rid of him yet. I can get rid of him by building a slab for him, but A, we don't have a crypt yet. I still have to dig that out. And B, I kind of like having a ghost around. Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn is admiring a table. By Rith Kolber. What the hell is Rith Kolber? It must be one of those errors where the names don't come through. But it's either got to be Squiddo or the other guy. Toril Abir. This is by Squiddo. Toril Abir is surrounded by the purring maggots. Wow. Another Red Fairface. Let's see. The artwork relates to the drowning of the ghostly dwarf Red Fairface in Lostknowledge in the early autumn of 167. This is going to be a big deal. I think all of our engravings and all of our crafts and everything is going to have the drowning and rising of Red Fairface. Squiddo, in particular, seems to like doing him. Aiden Wolf. Aiden Wolf, perfect ringed, is surrounded by the slugs. Aiden Wolf looks terrified. So Squiddo has a picture of Aiden Wolf surrounded by slugs. Pretty cool. What else do we got? Another Red Fairface. The drowning of Red Fairface yet again. And that's it. So nothing about Brunor Battlehammer, which is interesting. But I'm a little worried about the fact that one of our craft stores is not getting credited. That would be Fortress Drunk, Kolber. Oh boy, okay, let's go to, or actually let's view Fortress Drunk. Let's customize. And let's write the name here in Dwarf Fortress. Sometimes, for some reason, the Dwarf Therapist just doesn't work very well and doesn't connect, and then stuff gets all screwed up. So let's, before we end the episode, let's just look again. I want to see if it gets fixed. I care about stuff like that. So let's go down to crafts. And it was this one of red, right? No. It was the one of Gwendolyn. There we go. Table in Shale by Fortress Drunk. Okay, so if you're watching, ladies and gentlemen, one thing to remember is, for some reason, if you have a crafts dwarf or somebody whose name is going to be attached to an object, it's always better to name them in the actual Dwarf Fortress program than using Dwarf Therapist, because there's something wrong with Dwarf Therapist wherein some situations the nickname doesn't stick. So even though you'll look at them and it'll say their nickname in the unit screen, the items they create do not have their nickname, but actually their Dwarven name. So it's always a good idea. You don't have to do it for everybody, but probably it's smart to do it for your crafts dwarves. And maybe your military dwarves too. I'm not sure how that works. But that would be my suggestion, to name them inside the Dwarf Fortress program rather than naming them using Dwarf Therapist. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we have fresh water, and that means we'll soon have a farm. I have to dig that out, though, and designate it and design it. And of course, I have to design the military part because the goblins are coming, especially now that we're making a ton of crafts and we're trading a lot. They know that we're here. So, good times. Good times on the horizon for Lostknowledge. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.